Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Many a True Nerd, and welcome back to Fallout London, where last time we made a new friend and met an elephant. It was a lovely day now I think about it, yes. And today, right, I want to turn my attention back to the main plot here, going over to the 5th column and assassinating Eve Varney, and there is a very specific reason for that. Because, you see, if I could just locate 4 more Cthulhu dolls, I might finally be able to get to the bottom of the mystery behind them. And someone was kind enough to let me know down in the comments. Apparently, this area around where the 5th column are based is one of the best locations to go hunting for them. There's a few of them dotted around somewhere, so... right, we're moseying back over to that bit of the world and having a look-see round to see what we can find. And while we're there, we may as well assassinate Eve Varney, I suppose. The slight issue being, not 100% sure how these guys are going to feel about me poking around their territory because, yes, in this universe, I joined Camelot, which means I can't just pretend to join these guys to infiltrate their headquarters. In fact, there we go, the guy you'd speak to join the 5th column, he's gone, so, right. They're not looking hostile just yet, despite what I just did. That door's still open. And okay, no one's yelling at me or shooting me for the moment, so I'm going to call this a huge win. And okay, by the looks of it, yeah, Eve Varney is inside their headquarters, which makes sense, because when you join this faction, she's in that meeting room on the left as you go in, so that's not where we're starting. Instead, we need to go and have a chat to Horatio, because he might be able to help us out a bit. So, eyes open because, 1, this might count as a pub for the sake of, yeah, there being a beer mat. 2, we're on a Cthulhu watch. And 3, yeah, in order to get Jack to like me, I need to do some stealing. Let's just get down on the ground, wait till we're hidden. I swear Jack liked it when I stole something previously. Okay, why did you like it when I stole that hat? But not that tin can. I mean, then again, a hat is better than a tin can. You look great in that hat, by the way, Jack. Good work, sir. Well, I'm not seeing a beer mat here, and I appreciate beer mat is literally written on screen right now, but that's like, you know, not the sort of beer mat I'm after, so, okay. My friend, Lawrence, by any chance do I need your permission to go into the back room where Horatio's hanging out?
What can I do you for?
And alright. Any chance I could get into the private lounge, my friends?
Private lounge is members only. You? I'm not a member.
He's not wrong about that, but... yeah, we can't do charisma. Money 500 tickets isn't that bad, but just out of interest, when you say member, do you literally mean part of this faction?
Membership is reserved for senior officers and advisors.
Okay, that definitely means high up in this faction, which I am not, so how about a bribe, good sir?
I suppose the occasional exemption will occur, miss. Here's the key. If anyone asks, you stole it.
Alright, cost me a tiny bit of money, but nothing too bad really, so... right, in we go. Shut the door behind me. Let's see, yes, whether Horatio might be willing to help me out with a little bit of assassination.
Bitch, I'm talking about my sister, Eve Varney. You see, not everyone thinks she's magnificent. And I'm not talking about the troglodytes in Richmond, or the gluttons of Westminster either. Your employer and I both agree she has to go.
Okay, not 100% sure why you opened that conversation by swearing at me. I feel like possibly, yes, one line of dialogue just went missing there or something, so, okay. I'm guessing you just might consider yourself a better leader, my friends.
Your employer has entrusted me with the position. He feels I'm a better advocate of your organization's interests. The 5th column will go on, but its fate shall align with that of Angel. I have no preference in manner of her execution, but your employer prefers caution. I have somewhat of a scheme, if you wish to kill her discreetly.
Okay. Tell me about the scheme, and see how I feel about it once we know the details.
Eve's chief advisor, Victor Schmidt, is a pathetic weasel of a man. If my suspicions are correct, which they are, he cares little for the principles of the 5th column. He stays only for Eve. An obsession is sickening. If he were to find out certain things about her past, Then his obsession would turn to rage. He'd do the job himself, the fucker, if he weren't confined to that chair.
Okay. Something in her past. So, go on, Horatio. What are we talking about here?
A little ways north of here, hidden away, is a mass grave. Very few know about it, and Victor Schmidt isn't one of them. Inside it, you'll find the remains of all those in the fifth column who have challenged Eve over the years. One such corpse is that of Oliver Hume, Victor Schmidt's predecessor and close friend. If he were to realize this, that Eve is just as flawed as he believes the fifth column to be, he'd break.
Right. A mass grave from previous purges. Gotcha. So, okay. How precisely would I prove that to him? Because it sounds like right now he's spent years deluding himself that Eve is somehow perfect or whatnot.
Uncertain. It will be difficult to shatter the immaculate visage in his head, but it's never impossible to convince people of the truth. I wouldn't mention my involvement for starters. He'd never believe it if he knew it came from me. Anyhow, empirical evidence wouldn't go amiss.
Okay. I literally go to the mass grave and pick out something distinctive related to Oliver Hume.
Take this letter. It will get you into most areas unmolested. When the deed is done, let us not speak again. Farewell.
Okay, so Horatio could get me where I want to go around this compound, but it sounds like either we need to be very good at persuading this guy, or have physical evidence. And given my charisma is not brilliant, yeah, physical evidence has got to be the way to go. Still, this is going to work out perfectly, because I was just saying I want to mosey around this area, check out the local buildings, etc., to try and track down some cute Cthulhu dolls. So, okay. We'll just loop round, take a bit of a scenic route up there, and see what we can find in the meantime. Because, yeah, we passed by some of these buildings before, like the old Shadwell fire station. So, okay, check out all of these one by one. There might be some good loot inside. Oh, hang on, may have made a slight mistake here. I kind of thought this was like, you know, one of the buildings belonging to these guys, but, as it turns out, not so much. This is a traditional dungeon with robots who haven't been cleared out yet. So, right, take out the local bugs, etc., etc. And in particular, yeah, I can hear robots in the distance. Be careful, by the way, because, yeah, firefighting robots, they've got cryosprays, and cryosprays are no cooking joke, so, okay, just be a bit careful round here. Tragically, given, yes, the cryospray robot's about, I was hoping the cryolator might be here, because the cryolator is hilarious, and no sign of that, though super cute touch, by the way. You can pick up a firefighter's outfit, and it gives you fire resistance, which makes perfect sense, so, okay, that's a very cute touch, Fallout London. Meanwhile, bloody hell, next door just came into the Cable Street School, which I was assuming would be connected to that whole business with Eve's daughter and her education. But instead it appears to be under attack by pig rats, because the moment you step inside, bloody chaos just breaks out, blimey. And to we flippy go right to the back of the building, we've got ourselves a Cthulhu. Still, keep on keeping on, because yeah, some of these buildings around here I've already explored. Like, yeah, pub over there, and that was the emergency bunker that was the ambush, I believe. So, right, those in this direction. A few more buildings that we've not been into before around here. Though some of them might be a tiny bit occupied by some basic hooligans. Nothing too bad if it's, yeah, just some basic lads here. Hello there, lads, no trouble, I'm just here to, like, you know, loot some dolls and whatnot. Right, nothing complicated here, just a handful of basics, so, hang on, you were guarding some apartment building or something, I think. And okay, now we're inside. Scaramanga can do the job at point-blank range very, very nicely indeed. So, right, shouldn't be too difficult to finish you guys off. And okay, pretty small area, but I'll give ya, the loot is not bad. Handful of ammo boxes, one safe too. More importantly, there we go. One Cthulhu with, yes, a lit cigarette in a rather unfortunate position, all things considered. So, right, that's up to 2 already. People were not kidding about this area. We only need 2 more and we've got all we need. Oh, and speak of the bloody devil, there's another one. Literally right outside, just over the road from the apartment. So, okay, that's like 2 just over the road from each other. That's a bloody good haul. Also, I quite enjoy the story of this here bus, which is, yeah, there was just some duct tape here next to a human head and a spanner. Like, this guy here, his job was to take human heads and, like, make them into raider head ornaments. So, oh, that's such an adorable tiny bit of storytelling. I love it, Fallout London. Anyway, keep on keeping on, because by the looks of it, we should now be barely round the corner from, yeah, that mass grave that was mentioned to us by Horatio. So, also being shot by a turret, that's fine. No trouble, Mr. Turret. Okay, just keep on keeping on. Should be down here somewhere. So, right. There we go. You can definitely see, yeah, some more recent 5th column uniforms together with older skeletons. So, okay. Pop on down. Have a bit of a look-see round here. And a letter from... Right. We've got... Oh! I was about to say, a womble. You're not a womble. Is that a mistake? You're supposed to be a womble. Right, crack out the 2-shot laser musket, McJibble. And you, sir, just turn to face me, please. Turn to face me, excuse me. Need a shot at your belly. So just crit right in the belly and... oh, yeah. That'll be a good, like, 1,000 damage right there. I will take that very happily. So, okay, you also dropped... Assassin's right arm. That's not bad, you know, though. Bloody hell, this thing takes a while to reload. You done? There we go, we're finally done. Right now, my right arm is endurance and strength. Honestly, that's probably better, actually, though. Then again, endurance is hit points. That's tough, actually, and also, oh, he was definitely supposed to be a womble. I think the wrong thing spawned in there. Anyway, as I was saying, a letter from a Hume. So, right. That should be pretty bloody incriminating. And okay, so letter from a Hume to Victor about, yes, the contest that Eve won to take over the faction. But most critically at the end, Eve wants me killed. So, okay. Hopefully a letter in his hand with that on it should be more than enough to get Victor on side.
Can I help you?
Okay, I was just going back to the headquarters to catch up with Victor. And apparently... he's, yes, sealed away in a room behind a guard. So, right. Can I speak to Victor? Or alternatively, are you guarding him because he's under suspicion, or protecting him because he doesn't like visitors?
You need authorization. Can't let you through otherwise.
And okay, Horatio's letter. That should do the job.
Mm-hmm. This will do fine. Go right through.
Though, yeah, speaking of Horatio's letter, don't forget, we need to not mention Horatio to Victor. This is not a conspiracy where everyone's actually friends.
No sudden moves. Who let you in?
And okay, your guard, your dear leader, here you're having doubts. No, actually, I'm not sure he's, well, actually. Horatio was saying he's having doubts about the 5th column in general, just not Eve's leadership, or at least not just yet. So, let's talk about Eve.
Then talk, before I lose my patience.
Alright. I've got some evidence pointing at your old colleague, Oliver Hume, being assassinated.
Oliver was as loyal to Eve as I am. Why would she do that?
Well, basically, because she purged anyone who opposed her. So here's the letter that proves it.
So he didn't abandon the 5th column after all. I was foolish to assume he ran off. A damn fool. I don't know who put you up to this, and I don't care. But I owe it to an old friend to avenge him. Eve's gone. She rarely leaves Cable Street. But when she does, she always goes to the same place. Here's the address. She has minimal security on these excursions to attract minimal attention. If you're here for the reason I suspect you are, now's your chance. Now go. Leave me to my despair.
Okay. So by the sounds of it, yes, her, maybe a couple of bodyguards, nothing me and Mad Jack can't deal with pretty easily. Oh, and I know where that is. It's the pavilion, where previously I've seen some dryads. Right. looks to me like, yeah, the Dryad's just despawn when she moves over there. So, not quite as out the way as I ideally would like. But bare minimum, my most powerful gun is a silent sniper rifle. And there we go. I see a way in the distance, 2% chance to the head, but with a crit, how about we say 100 instead. So down she goes, put the gun away, walk the cock off. Alright, no reason to take on literally all the other guards. I'd say that is A-okay, though. Okay, one. Right. You guys are still nice and chill. Haven't upset the entire faction or anything, though kind of feels like they might be coming. You know what? Wouldn't mind the XP while we're here, so no. I think they've lost interest in me. And if they have, that might mean we can walk up to her and loot the body. Right, don't mind me, lads, just taking my gun for a walk, etc., etc., so, oh, yeah. Now that's proper suit-only silent assassin right there. So, right, she's got her own personal unique handgun, which takes a 50 caliber, actually, blimey. There's also a master key, some stim packs, some money, and fascinatingly, a troubleshooter's left arm, though, that's just supposed to be like, you know, her prosthetic arm, right? 'Cause it did look like she was missing an arm, so, okay. The fact it's like robotic is represented mechanically by it being troubleshooters, so, oh, that's a cute touch. Still, before we leave this bit of London, there is one more thing I do want to do. A location that, yes, people are suggesting I ought to go back to from the very first moment I visited it. The Tower of London, and, will admit, it is rather big and impressive and whatnot, and that's Jack. Don't worry, just Jack getting caught on something, then running up to me, it's fine. But yeah, unless I've missed something, there's no way to actually get into the tower, aside from the front door. Yeah, I'm not seeing any other way in. Would you believe a Tower of London is quite hard to infiltrate, because it was kind of built to be that way. Meaning, it's the front door only. Don't have a key. So, right. If I want it in, I need to be good at bloody hell, Bond. That was very convenient right there. Thank you for your assistance, my friends. Yeah. There's trouble in here. But, hang on. I think I'm actually pretty close to a level up, actually. And there we go. Just take out a few hooligans round the corner, and we are now level 42. Which I'm definitely using to take Locksmith up to Master because, oh yeah, in Fallout London, lockpicking is way more useful than it is back in Fallout 4. And there we go. We're in, though. Okay, suddenly mysteriously quiet in here. Like, there were a lot of flippy beef-eaters outside, meaning I'm increasingly suspicious there is a different entrance, because they definitely came down onto the street to fight me somehow or another. So, okay, step one, clear the outside and make sure we are safe here, and figure out precisely what's going on. That's nothing. Now, this appears to be leading somewhere, however. Right, Tower of London interior. Gotcha. We'll get to you in just a second. Just make sure, yeah, there's no more surprises waiting for us, though. Speaking of which, right, I hear a few more people nearby. Lovely. Oh, and I was really excited for a second that I found the bloody last Cthulhu. But no, that's just a toy alien with a knife and fork. Because, you know, we're in a cannibal base right now, which is adorable. Speaking of which, there's a lot of bloody corpses around these parts. Oh, but never mind. There is one here. And I figured there might be because, in general, I've seen Cthulhus in big, well-known London locations. That's where they tend to be put. So, that's 4. That's all we need. So, right, let's wrap up our business here. Then, we get to go solve the mystery of the dolls. Best as I can tell, yeah, there's only one interior. The central tower right here. The reason, by the way, I want to finish exploring this location before we move straight on to the mystery of the dolls is the Tower of London is where the crown jewels are kept on display. And you know how much I enjoy fancy hats? Well, if you think about it, what hat could possibly be fancier than a literal bloody crown. Now, there are a fair few beefeaters in here, but yeah, against advanced weaponry like I've got these days, okay, even the higher tier ones are not doing a good job. They are in a lot of flipping trouble. And okay, everybody's dead. We've got display cases with some stuff inside them. William, Henry, Stephen. Oh! This is the flipping song to remember the kings and queens of England. Though that's not the version I remember. I was always told Willie, Harry, Steve, Harry, Dick, John, Harry 3, 1, 2, 3, Ned's Richard 2, Henry 4, 5, 6, then who. There's various ways British people remember all the kings and queens of England. However, as fun as that is, it's not a crown. Where's the cocking crown game? Oh, hello, sexy. This cannot be opened. I don't accept that. I absolutely, completely, 100% do not accept that this can't be opened. I am having that cocking crown. Okay, sometime later, after getting a tiny bit confused, I did just look this up, so I think possibly Fallout London is having a bit of a moment right now, which is, this display case should be master locked. It only becomes, yes, inaccessible and only openable with a special key if you do a particular mission with Camelot. But though I worked with Camelot, I never did that mission. But the game seems to have, assumed I was working with Camelot because I started working with Camelot. So it's moved over to the version where you need the special key, but the guy who has the key didn't spawn in. So as a result, this is now unopenable. And I don't accept that. Instead, we're just going to force this open by manipulating reality. And there we go. We can get the McGibbles, and I should have been able to get these anyway, okay? This case should have been master locked, and I could do master lock picking. So there we go. A flipping crown for +2 charisma. Also, there's a holy hand grenade that does nearly 7,000 damage. And the Sovereign's Orb, which I could break down for gold, silver, and crystal. Amazing! But okay, it's time. We're going back to the Mushroom Marsh. I dropped a coward save because I'm deeply concerned about what might be about to occur. So here we go. 13, 14, 15. And the final doll, number 16. So okay. I now need to meditate with my new doll friends. So okay, sit down, wearing this crown. And as a result of that, things are getting a bit wobbly. And there's definitely a noise. And now, I'm falling. A very long way by the Luxia vets. And all of a sudden, oh dear, I'm somewhere else. And there are many dolls here, which I feel like I should collect, because, you know, up to this point, collecting them has been important. I mean, I came in with 16. Maybe I need to collect another 16 to leave, though. Find a way out from a secret underground city. Right, it's all gone very Cthulhu. Got it. Just gather these dolls, have a look-see round, try and figure out precisely where I am and what's happening. Because bare minimum, seems to be pretty chillin' here for the time being. But I don't feel like that's gonna last. Oh, boats and everything. Alright. Keep on keeping on. Oh, hang on. We've got a note. The mist hides all here. They move through the mist. When a haze disturbed, the eyes will gaze. Their will and soul shall follow. I have no idea what that means, but it sounds like a maybe if there's mist. Don't disturb it, if you can avoid doing so. Oh, and speaking of which... Right, there's There's semi-transparent ghouls here. That's fine, there's... Oh. Turns out, they're pretty on the tough side, actually, and also there's quite a few of them, so... Oh dear, they appear to be very tough, because I definitely had a lot more health than that, just like a second ago. Okay, break out the good stuff here. Instigating weapon, crit in the head. That should do good work. That's not even enough for a kill. That's deeply concerning, and I think they might be resistant to bleeding as well. So, right. I think I just entered hell, or whatnot. Queen's Gambit. That could do good work too. If I remember to reload it, which I never bloody do. Right. 2 shots there. 1 in the head for you. Once again, John, just okay. The Queen's Gambit is doing the job. However, it's only going to do so as long as I can keep using crits. And I've only got 1 left. So eventually I need to maybe, yeah, disable one by taking out its legs. And then grind up crits on it. I'm not sure. Delightfully, by the way, I've got no quest marker right now. So I feel like just going up is a good idea. That scan to try and find more enemies. Hopefully, we'll be okay. High-powered sniper rifles getting the job done for now, but if we're lucky, maybe that was not enough. And also, John, there's now... Uh-oh. I think there's several of them all together. So... Right, what we're going to do is we're going to start trying to blow up their legs with, yes, the Loki. That seems to be doing a good job, just knocking them down. So just start firing and, yep, just basically fire everything we've got right there. That's going to be absolutely fine, I assume, and... okay, this might be a bit on the difficult side. You know what, John? This is precisely what the Holy Hand Grenade is for. If there's a crowd of them up there... 7,000 damage sounds about right. So, alright, just get up top here. Get up top, get up top, get up top. There's a whole bunch of them. And it goes, and... I think I just made an excellent decision. Okay, bare minimum, next area, it's a far smaller number. So I can, yeah, just basically get my VATs back by just grinding crits on you stupid losers. I say that. Jank's already dead, which is not good. Let's get some healing going on just as a starting off point. And then as soon as I have got enough, yes, flipping McGibbles for it. Bloody hell, John. Reload this thing. Right, go for a crit there. There's more floating around, but yeah, if we just balance getting crits back and using crits, we should be okay. I feel like, you know, we're making progress here. Bare minimum. Crit with the Queen's Gambit. Can one-shot them. Which is excellently good news, but oh yeah. Gravity and whatnot is being a bit wonky all of a sudden. Keep on keeping on. Mist. Mist was flagged as dangerous, but also presumably the way forward. So right, just keep going through the mist doors and... Right, this room's a weird room. Got it. So that was the door we just went through. Then there's more doors over here. This will presumably teleport me somewhere. Right, so hang on. Where am I now? Has the room actually rotated? It's hard to say, to be honest. Things have all got a bit weird all of a sudden, but I don't think I can get up there. So, right, keep on keeping on. Just keep going through mist doors. Eventually we'll get somewhere. Okay, I think what's going on is most of these doors just link to other doors. They create a loop. So, I need to, yeah, find a different door by just climbing up in the room in order to find a different way to go. So, here we go. That's a different door to the one we've seen so far. And there we go. That one just acted a bit differently. So, right, now if we go this way, presumably, we get to go somewhere new. And we've escaped the nonsense room. Good, 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 good. Though that may not be good, actually, because there might be more monsters here. Oh, yep, there's more monsters here, but that's fine. One crit will deal with you, though. Never mind, there's more than one. Oh, there's way more than one. Okay, back over to, you know, the trusty thing. Just chill out, guys. Guys, just chill out. Everybody just chill out. Explosives work well in this game. Explosives are really good. Just keep tossing things at them. Eventually, they'll all explode. That's done some good work, and I'm pretty sure your legs have fallen off. Good, you are still a ghoul, despite everything. You've got the same weaknesses as most ghouls. Take the limbs off, nothing they could do. And bloody hell, I think we've made it. Because there's another thing right here. And on top of that, next to giant piles of gold, giant piles of pound coins, etc., etc., there is also Lovecraft's presence. I'm not 100% sure what that's done, but it appears to be important. And bloody hell, we've made it out. And not just out, the entire house apparently no longer flipping exists, though. Cut up and notice Jack's not here. Right, that's a bit concerning. Oh, bloody hell, I don't know precisely what the numbers are, but my stats are looking way better than they were previously. Okay, I think that doll was well bloody worth the trip, actually. Okay, good news and bad news. The good news is, now I'm back in civilization, Jack's caught up with me. The bad news is, yeah, that wibbliness, the edge of my vision, that seems to be a function of the doll. Because if I just dump you on the ground for a second... Okay, now things look a lot better, so... Right. The doll is a powerful way of gaining special stats, but also potentially drives you a bit bananas, hence your vision going a bit wobbly, so... Right, that may or may not be something I wish to keep with me, I don't flipping know. Still, I would say having finally solved the mystery of the dolls, how about we call it a part there? But next time... Right. I believe I saw in that last dungeon, Mad Jack hit his next level of reputation with me, and if we're very lucky, that might lead into a very exciting new companion mission. And on top of that, while we're in Westminster, apparently we need to go and speak to Smythe too. So right, we've got companion and main plot missions coming up next time, so hopefully you join me for that. But in the meantime, I've been John, this has been Many a True Nerds, and this has been Fallout London. Thank you very much, and goodbye.
Ah, we have got a gate key here, and then we have got... I've made a mistake, I've made a mistake, I've made a mistake, I've made a mistake! This is going to take all of my skill and cunning as a hunter to sort out... Die, you mooing bastards! Die! Die! Go away. Go away, nobody likes you. That was a good idea till it wasn't.